Hey y'all, I'm Tracy and welcome to Just Dig It Farms. Jean and I have been working pretty hard on getting all of the beds here in the potager garden cleaned out, pulling out all of the spent summer garden and getting the beds ready for fall planting because it's getting close to time for the fall and winter garden, which is my favorite. Earlier this spring, we built a new addition to the potager garden, which we're calling it our orchard and market garden section, an extension of this potager garden. And Jean built me this arched tunnel here out of cattle panels where I planted some gourds on it because in my mind I had envisioned this being a beautiful fall section here of the garden with the gourd tunnel. I had pumpkins growing in there, and earlier this year we had sunflowers back there, but of course they finished. I'm going to be re-sowing sunflowers back there. But this soil over here is not very good. It's super sandy and it's just really hard to grow anything over here. We've been working on the soil in this area for a couple of years now. We've done some cover crops, you know, we've spread different compost and different things on it, but it just hasn't built up yet to really good soil. So the only thing that really did super great here this year was the okra and the sunflowers. My sweet potatoes, my pumpkins, and my gourd tunnel did not do well. You can see my gourd tunnel just did not do well at all. So today I'm going to pull all of this off of the tunnel here, and we're going to pull out the okra. It's finished. It's done its thing. It produced a lot of okra for us this year. We've got a freezer full. We were able to share with a lot of our family. So it's done. So we're going to get that pulled out. And then we're going to add 2 raised beds to each side of this tunnel. I've been wanting these raised beds for a while, and I believe it's really going to be beautiful on each side of this tunnel. It's going to be a nice entrance into this new orchard market garden area, and we'll be able to add some really good compost and soil to those raised beds. So hopefully with that good soil we'll be able to grow something beautiful on this tunnel that will actually work. And I should be able to grow some other things in the raised bed as well. Like this fall I'm hoping to be able to plant some carrots in there. About the time we were ready to stop working for the morning, we got a nice little welcomed rain. And after the rain, we went down to enjoy our creek, which is what we've been doing a lot in the middle of the day this summer. The water is so nice and cool and refreshing, and we really love to just walk down the creek and enjoy and absorb all that nature has to offer. That makes you feel better, don't it? Just a little bit. And after our creek break, I came inside to work on infusing an herbal oil. These are the cayenne peppers that I've been growing all summer in our garden, and I've just been bringing them in and dehydrating them and then storing them in this jar. Today, I'm going to turn these dehydrated cayenne peppers into cayenne pepper powder. Boy, this cayenne pepper is intense. It is driving my sinuses crazy. It's burning my nose. My eyes are watering. And I put this bandana on just to try to help protect my nose a little bit. Today I'm making an infused oil for a muscle rub salve that I'm going to make in the future. So those cayenne peppers, if you need your sinuses opened up, just blend up some cayenne peppers. Those things are intense. And then today I've blended them all up and made this beautiful lethal cayenne pepper here. And this is going to be one of the ingredients in my muscle rub salve because it's got heat to it. And you know, when you have muscle pain, joint pain, arthritis, those kind of pains, that heat helps to relieve some of that pain. Plus, cayenne pepper is really good for that. I've got somewhat of a recipe here. I have been researching and studying how to develop the perfect and most effective muscle rub salve for muscle pain, joint pain, arthritis, that kind of pain. We do a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting here on the farm, and quite often these days we have some back pain. I wanted to come up with something 100% natural and all organic that we could put onto those aches and pains. Your skin is the biggest organism of your body. Not only do we need to be concerned about what we're eating and putting into our body, but we also need to be concerned about what we're putting onto our body, because our skin is the biggest organism of our body, and it absorbs whatever we put onto our skin, absorbs into our body, and those toxins or those nutrients are going into our body and can either harm us or help us. So honestly, I have not converted everything that we use and everything that we do, from food to cleaning supplies to beauty products, health, skincare products. I haven't completely converted everything to all natural, organic, 100% natural ingredients. It is a goal. It is a very challenging goal, but it is a goal that Jean and I are working on and making steps and making progress 1% better every day to try and take better care of our bodies and be more aware of our health. We are in our 50s, and I wish that I would have been more diligent on my health and natural ingredients in a more, holistic, natural life when I was younger. But I really wasn't. But it's never too late, and Jean and I are both trying to get healthier, be healthier, and live healthier, because we want to be around for our grandbabies and our family, and we have goals and we have dreams that we want to pursue, and we have things that we want to do. So we want to stay as healthy as we possibly can be. So I tell you all of that to say that any product or anything that we're using that I can make myself with whole, natural, organic ingredients, that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm just trying to source those ingredients from the best companies, or as much as I possibly can from our own farm. So I've been researching how to make the best, most effective muscle rub salve that I can make. I've researched recipes through Pinterest, through my Herbal Academy, which is my school that I am attending to further my education in herbalism, and a few other resources. And I've compiled all of these recipes and taken a little bit from here and a little bit from there and created a recipe that I think is going to be pretty awesome. I'm not sure yet though, because I've never made it. So I'm gonna just give this a go and see how this actually turns out. But my very first step is to make my infused oil. My herbal ingredients for my infused oil is the cayenne powder that we just made. We grew this here on our farm. I've got comfrey root. I did not grow this here. I have some oil that's infusing with comfrey leaves that I did grow here. But this recipe says that the comfrey root is really good. So I ordered some in, and the companies that I like to order my herbs from, if I don't grow them here myself, if I can't, some of the herbs that I like to use I can't grow because of my growing climate. And some of them I just haven't grown yet, or I didn't harvest yet, and I want to go ahead and get this going. Comfrey root is one of those. I have not harvested my root yet. And whole arnica flowers. I've never grown arnica. I really don't even know if I can. I've got to research this a little bit more. But everything, all of the recipes that I read highly suggested the arnica flowers because they're really good for inflammation and for pain. So I definitely wanted to include this in it. And I've got St. John's wort, and I can grow that, but I'm not growing any yet, and I need to get some of that in my garden soon, because St. John's wort is a really good herb for a lot of different reasons. It's great for depression, mood swings, but it's also really good for healing aches and pains, relieving aches and pains, and inflammation. The St. John's wort, the arnica flowers, and the comfrey root I ordered from a company called Monterey Bay Herb Company out of California. I've never ordered from them before. I usually order from Mountain Rose Herbs. I feel really good about that company. They're an awesome company that I've been ordering from for a lot of years. In fact, Rosemary Gladstar started that company a long time ago, and she is one of my herb heroes. And I've ordered from them a long time, but they did not have any of the arnica flowers in. They were out of stock. And I wanted these like now. I want to get this salve going because it takes a while for the oil to get infused before you can ever make your salve. So I started researching and I found this company called Monterey Bay Herb Company out of California. And it looked like a really good company, so I ordered some. I've been very pleased with them so far. The herbs look really good. They're not like all faded and, you know, look old, and they still look really good. So I'm hoping that these are as potent and as wonderful as they look, and this can be another company that I can source when I need them. So our first step, like I said, is to infuse our oils. I'm using a sweet almond oil today. This is usually my go-to for infusing my oils because it's really, really good for your skin. Usually my method for infusing herbs in oil is just to take an empty mason jar and fill it up about 3/4 of the way, and then pour the oil over it and completely cover the herb in oil. And I never usually really measure. I just throw in the herbs, layering them, like for instance yarrow, a layer, and then I do a layer of calendula, then I do a layer of comfrey, and you know, I just layer my old herbs in there and then pour the oil over it. But today I'm going to actually measure things out because I'm trying to create this perfect healing salve, and I want to make sure that I can recreate it again in the future. Or I can figure out, you know, maybe I need to add a little bit more of this or a little bit less of that, and I really won't know how to do that if I don't know the exact amounts that I used. So today I am going to be doing some measuring, which is not normal for me. First ingredient is 2 tablespoons of arnica flowers. These are whole arnica flowers. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of comfrey root. Then 1 tablespoon of St. John's wort. 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. Next, we're going to add sweet almond oil. Got 1.5 cups of oil. That didn't make very much oil, so I'm going to go ahead and double this recipe. Now I'm just going to put a lid on this, right on there, all of the herbs and the oil that I used in this, today's date. And then I'm going to set it in my sunny window here and let it sit for 6 weeks. And then I'll be straining the oil from the herbs, and we'll have a beautiful infused oil that we can make a salve out of it. I'll be giving this a good shake every day or 2 until it's ready. It's later in the day now. It's around 5:30 or so. And we come back outside at this time in the evening to try to get more work done in the garden. So we're still cleaning out all of the potager garden beds, getting them ready for fall planting. We've also been working on moving all of our bed borders to each garden bed. We've been working on moving those in about 1 foot or so to make those main pathways wider so that our tractor or our ATV can fit down the pathways easier, so that we can bring in mulch or compost and just make it a lot easier on us versus having to wheelbarrow it in or shovel it in. This is a granular soil garden soil inoculant, and it's a yield booster for garden peas, sweet peas, beans, and lima beans. Contains a minimum of 100 million viable cells per gram of all different kinds of good healthy bacteria. So I'm just going to sprinkle this down the little rows, and then I'm going to plant these top pick pink eye peas. Y'all stay tuned for next week's video. We're going to be installing our new raised beds, and we're going to be harvesting our honey again, so our second honey harvest, and a lot more work in the garden and a lot more fun on the farm. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today. God bless you, and we'll see y'all next week.